Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. As we head to 2027 and the political temperatures are rising high, questions are still being asked whether the opposition that we have today will be able to oust William Ruto from office. Because it is very obvious that we are going to have two major camps and other minor groups trying to oust William Ruto. The battle is going to be between the broad-based government and the opposition. Several people are asking, is the opposition serious enough? Will they remain united until 2027? Because there are a lot of factors that are going to determine whether this opposition is going to remain united. In the event that William Ruto is going to face off more than one opposition, then it will be an endgame to the opposition. It will be a sure bet to William Ruto. Now, the other question that people are asking, how sure are we that as we usher in the new leadership of the opposition, it is going to be better? Or are we going to fall from a frying pan into the fire? Because honestly speaking, people are asking, what is the main agenda of the opposition apart from Ruto must go? And we all agree in one accord that even before we look at what we need to do, the first agenda is Ruto must go. The rest will follow. Because when you are saying that if William Ruto, or when William Ruto is ousted from office, then all the problems that we have from corruption to human rights violation, wastages, and doing things unilaterally without involving stakeholders will come to an end. So many people agree. Now, what will happen after that? As this is happening, we are facing William Ruto, who is now controlling several instruments of power. And they're trying to show people that with these instruments of power, you cannot compete against William Ruto. I want to show you this video that is going viral about a Kenyan who feels that you cannot face William Ruto. He's already declaring William Ruto the ultimate champion in the next general election. And when you listen to the words very carefully, you will realize that they have thrown a bait to him and he has swallowed that bait. Wanamuzia uoga. I want you to listen to him and you will agree with me that the opposition has got a very imperative and urgent need to talk to such minds because they have been intoxicated. They have already given up before we get to 2027. And you know that surprise beats even the strongest. Let us listen to him.
Mimi nasema hivi, najua sasa mmehatarisha, mmesema Kalonzo. Sisi hatuchukii Kalonzo. Lakini kama hii Kenya inaongozwa na pesa, na sisi hatuoni pesa Kalonzo, tuseme ukweli. Kama hii Kenya ni pesa, kama hii Kenya inaongozwa na pesa, Kalonzo kweli anataka kusungua hii kaunti 44 na 7, siji na 7. Aina 47. Aina haja tudanganyana hapa. Wacha tuongoje tuone. Kwa hivyo najua kura ya Kenya si haki. Saa nyingine tunapigia Raila, tumepigia kura 07. Si ni kweli? Na Raila kati tumepigia akiwa na Kibaki, Raila amepita. Si ni kweli? Lakini Kibaki amepita, ameapisha saa 1 usiku. Ama ni uongo? Kwa hivyo ina haja tufurahishiana hapa, tuseme Kalonzo, wacha tuongoje. Kwa hivyo mimi siamini Kenya hii. Siwezi kuamini. Kwa hivyo kama ni hivyo, tuangalie sana kwa hapa. Naona kama Ruto.
Malizia Masai.
Mimi wacha tuone Ruto. Tuone Ruto. Mimi sioni Kalonzo kama ataweza kutoa Ruto.
Haya, ni maoni yako.
Najua Kalonzo mnasukuma. Lakini yeye mwenyewe hatujaona kama ako serious kwa hii kitu. Haina haja tudanganyana hapa. Lakini wacha tutaona.
Kindly subscribe to our channel if you're watching us for the first time. Don't forget to click the notification bell. This will allow YouTube to notify you when we release a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, please like and share our videos. After listening to that video, and I believe it has gone viral to some of you have watched, I picked two things. Number one, many Kenyans, because let me just call him a Maasai, or just a Kenyan who's speaking there, believes that you can never win an election without money. And he's saying, sisi hatuoni hiyo pesa ya Kalonzo, that they don't interact so much with resources that Kalonzo would give them. That is one. They also believe that Kalonzo will not be able to traverse all the 47 counties because that needs a lot of money. And that's where I want to start from. You see, that is a very toxic mind that believes that there must be money. You see, we have always said that if you want to vote fresh ideas, then don't look at the pockets of the politician. Do you remember in 2022, William Ruto used to give out money to the churches and even claimed that Raila was an antichrist, to the Mama Mbogas 1 million, I don't know what Boda Boda, 1 million, and he really dished out money. When a politician gives you money, then you know it is over. You've been compromised, you've been bought. And we are just trying to make a penchant of trying to vote policies, not voting in people with big pockets. I must agree with this Kenyan, he was saying that without money, it will be very difficult to traverse all the counties. But remember, when Kenyans love you and they believe that you are the man who will take them to the next level in terms of socio-economic activities, when he's at the helm of the country, watakuchangia. When people believe in you, watakuchangia. In fact, you will have teams that are campaigning for you. And I think, in as much as he's very right, let us not have this fear. And this is a fear that has been bestowed in them by the deep state and the NIS. William Ruto will not sit back and watch that opposition united. He will not sit back and watch them decampaigning him. He will unleash every machinery. So it is not true that if you don't have money, you cannot win. People will always stand by your side. They will give you vehicles to campaign. They will oil your campaigns. We have seen this happening at the ward level and even at the county, the constituency and the county levels. Number two, but there is not just talking about Kalonzo, but I believe Kalonzo represents that opposition. There is another fear that Kenya is so corrupt that you cannot trust the outcome of elections. And he's giving an example. They have voted for Raila for very many years. In 2007, it was so close. 2017, 2022, they even had the deep state. But Raila is still being defeated or not declared as the winner. And so in the mind of this Kenyan, he believes standing against Ruto and competing Ruto is a mere formality, that you cannot win against him. Why? Wameuziwa ile uoga ya. If Ruto defeated the deep state and he was just a deputy president, what about now that he's got the system, he's got the police, and he's got the military? Don't you think it is a walkover? That is the kind of fear that has been sold to our country. And many people are saying that no. And then to add to it is the fact that they have joined hands together with Raila Amolo Odinga. But let me tell you, it is not true that William Ruto just defeated the deep state. From where I see it, you all understand that William Ruto divided the country into hustlers and the dynasties. So the hustlers listened to him. Number two, I believe that some of the deep state had ditched Uhuru Kenyatta, even though they didn't want to say it. And I believe William Ruto went and negotiated power with the US, promising to be available whenever the US would need them. LGBTQ, GMO, contracts, and all that. So William Ruto was speaking from a point of authority because he knew very well that the Western powers did not like Raila, and so he knew he would win. If we swallow this bait that defeating William Ruto is a tall order, then we are doomed. If you look at nature, you'll realize that God has revealed to us that it is very easy to take William Ruto home. Let me give you an example. William Ruto goes to Homa Bay, and they have the culmination of that Homa Bay tour when they had the Madaraka Day together with Raila, and Luos are saying Jaluo must calculate, kumi bila break, tano fresh. Immediately William Ruto completes his Nyanza tour. I don't know where the devil comes from, and some DCI pick Ojwang is taken to Nairobi, and before you know it, Albert is dead. And the people of Homa Bay are asking, is this not the president that we welcomed the other day? Why is his government doing this to us? William Ruto goes to Mandera and he tells the people of Northeastern that henceforth I have signed a deal that will not subject you to strict verification when it comes to taking important documents like the identification card. And the Northeastern people are saying Ruto is the best. We are going to give him kumi bila break. And then, before we know it, Al-Shabaab is invading Mandera. And they are saying William Ruto has neglected them. William Ruto is the one who is entertaining Al-Shabaab. And they're now saying one time, Ruto, you are trading with these people and they've occupied our land illegally. They're even occupying some schools. And you wonder what is happening. Ruto talks about Singapore. At independence, the GDP of Kenya and that of Singapore were at par. And he says, I want to take Kenya to the next level. Before you know it, the Auditor General and the Controller of Budget are releasing reports exposing how corrupt this government is. The haste in the e-citizen and the ballooned budget for the executive. And you wonder, are the gods with William Samoei Ruto? It seems they have abandoned him. And so my point here is, nature has revealed to us that things are not working out for William Ruto. Can you imagine that you are a soldier who wants to go to war and you've already feared your opponents? You can't go. It reminds me of a story in the Bible where Joshua sends emissaries. He sends spies to go and look at the land that they want to conquer. And then when they came back, they say, and when they came back, they told Joshua, those people are like giants. I don't think we can manage to conquer them. But other faithful servants there tell Joshua, we trust in God. Our God is bigger than the opponents. We must conquer that land. That is the mind and spirit that we should have. But the way this Masai is talking, he has given up. You can't go to war with people who have already given up. They fear William Ruto. They believe it's an exercise. They believe it is an exercise in futility. And the opposition must come up very strongly and demystify such thoughts and tell them, Kenyans just want someone they believe in. Someone who is as courageous as Wamunyoro, Matiang'i, Kalonzo, Matakarua, Natembeya. Someone who can face the status quo, tells Mudavadi and Oparanya and Wetangula, Tawe, you've been there for so long. That's why I was saying that the opposition must be worried about this and they must come out strongly and assure their supporters that despite the fact that Ruto is the president, they are going to defeat him. And they are going to defeat him very early in the morning. Otherwise, unaona Ruto anakutana na watu State House. Watu wachunge sana. I don't know what to think, but that is my take.